Hi everybody, today I am going to be doing my Baby Boomer Faded French, however you'd like to say it, nails today. I've already played with it this afternoon and done my little finger, which if that focuses well, you can see that. It's beautifully finished and it was absolutely fantastic to use this new Canni Gel. So I have already used it, as I said, and I used this one here, which is a thin pink, which makes it more of a nude effect, more than I think a pink really. They should have probably made that nude, but it is actually 302 thin pink. It looks lovely. Then obviously a white, which is 314 white, a lovely white. It's a bright white if you like bright white, but obviously it's going to be covered with the pink or nude, because it actually looks like it's like that. And then I cover it with the clear, which is 313. A clear. Yeah. It's a beautiful product to work with. I was really surprised because I haven't used a gel for a long time, since I was trained. Which was back in 2002, so that was a long time ago I was trained, but I've been working with acrylics ever since. So to use the Canni Gel today was really different. Absolutely loved it, so I thought I will try and show you how I finish all of my 4 fingers on my left hand, because I'm doing it with my right hand, so it's not my opposite hand, so it's going to come out really nice. So I have already prepped all of my nails in pushing my cuticles back, cleaning the nail plate, making sure it's dry, it's been buffed so it's got gentle scratches in there so that the gel would adhere. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've cleaned it with a nail surface cleanser as well. That has already been done. I've done that with this nail surface cleanser, I love this one. So that's all done already, just to have the Canni primer popped on into all of the nails that are left, and then I'll put them in the lamp. So I'm going to go ahead and put primer on, and you do this very thin. It's just to take off all of your natural oils, and you do it very carefully, not touching the skin, never touching the skin with any nail products. So you just very gently pop it on all nails. As you can see there, I'm just making a bit of a shadow when I'm cleaning. Use it as well. And very gently on all of your nails. And then we'll leave that one where it dries really quickly, which is very nice. It's a nice product to use. There's no smell with that either. I found it's a beautiful product. There's no smell, no odour, not just from these bottles, the base coats and everything, but from the actual Canni Gel itself. It's absolutely beautiful to work with, really smooth viscosity of the product. So putting on your base coat again, all thin layers, very thin layers, and you want to be very careful not to get it onto your cuticle at the back. Thin layer for your base coat, and I always still do cap the free edge there, even with the base coat. So let's go into all of your nail, prepped and primed, ready for really nice extended nail, which I'm going to do sculpted today. I like doing sculpted a lot more than tips. I find it's nicer. It's just, it looks more natural. I'm just going to go around the edge here to make sure I don't get any on the skin. Okay. And I'll go ahead and put this one on my index finger, and then my thumb. I'm still learning. This is obviously, as you know, my second video. I'm still learning and trying to find out what is the best angle to do nails so that you guys can all see. And hopefully this one is a lot better. I seem to get quite a bit of shadowing here, but my lights are right above me. my nail bar, so I may have to put the camera on the other side. I might do that in a little bit if I think it's going to be better. At the moment it looks quite good. All of them have their base coat on, and I need to pop them into the UV lamp. Right, so the base coat has now been in the UV lamp for 2 minutes. I've just started to place all my forms on because, as I said, I'm going to sculpt these today. I do prefer sculpting most of the time, so then you lessen the time because you don't have to do the blending of tips, but it is each person's preference as to what they choose. So I'm going to finish up now and put my last form on here, on my thumb. Again, form placing is very important. These are very sticky, but trying to do them with one hand as well is kind of an art to that. Takes a little while, and when you're doing it on your own as well, on your own hand, you don't have your other hand there to support for when you're putting it on, so it can take a little bit longer. And obviously this is the first time I've put it whilst having my hand in a different position so that you guys can see. I just want to make sure it looks good. So I just gently stick that down just there gently and take a good look at it all around the sides, so I know it's actually flush on the free edge, on the walls, on the sides, and then level as well. And then I will go ahead and I will close the wings down, making sure that I'm keeping it so that it's all flush around the nail, all the way around, and then you can press your wings on the tops and the sides. So I have all my forms on already. So I'm going to go ahead and start in with my white. Need to get my gel brush. Number 6 gel brush here to use. Very nice, gentle, soft brush, but it's also firm enough that you can gently move your whites around. So I'm going to go and turn it around this way so that you guys can see my nail that I'm going to start on, which is going to be my wedding finger here. This one here. Put that there, and you can see it. So I will go ahead and start on this one and show you how I'm going to do this today. Now I'm having a nice almond shape, so I'm just going to get a nice bead of gel on my brush. Nice huge bead, just going on a, now that I'm going to extend out quite a bit, so I'm going to loosen this up a little bit and then grab that white bead there. Again, this is practice for me because I haven't used gels in good 14 years since I've last used a gel. So I've got my good bead there, as you can see. I'm going to just place that on the free edge of my nail and then just let that rest a minute. Gel's different to acrylics that I'm used to. And then basically I am just going to move it where I want it placed, very gently. I don't have to be so precise at the moment because I'm not doing a full solid French with a smile line. So I'm just blending this in and getting a nice almond shape, which I'm going to be making all of my nails. So just making and checking, gently moving it around on my brush, very gently. Play with it so nicely and softly, and it will go where you want it. I've noticed in only doing the one nail at the moment that it is good with the gel to make sure that you put enough on and make it longer than you originally wanted your actual nail, because then when you're doing the filing, if you actually want it shorter, you can. Now, as I said, I'm doing a faded French, so I'm just going to very gently blend this a little bit down into my nail plate. Then going to have the other on top. Check this from all sides. both sides round. Just need to perfect it a little bit here, and I'm going to take my dotting tool in a minute to make sure I don't have any on my cuticles. So I don't want any on my cuticles, on my sidewalls, on my skin before it goes into curing. Just going to check whether it's long enough. I'm going to have it a little bit longer, and this has got to be done in a thin layer, the first layer. I just love how you can just play with it and move it around to where you want it. That way you can perfect exactly the shape that you are after. It's fantastic. Making sure that that's all on those sidewalls there. All the way around. Good shape. That's what I'm after. Nice almond. I think I'm happy with that now. It's lovely. Now, just so that I can clean up the edges there, a little pot helps of acetone so you can clean off your brush, because otherwise it can get very sticky. So just give it a quick dab in there. Gently wipe it off. And wipe it on your towel. And you've got a clean brush that you can start again when you need to. As I said, my dotting tool, just so that I can clean up any little edges on the skin there and wipe that off onto my roll towel. So I haven't got any around there now. And same on this side. Yeah, that's all good and clean and clear. I'm going to perfect that line there a little bit with the dotting tool. Good. A little bit of my paper towel in there. There we go. There's always something. So then with my brush, I'm just going to go in gently along the line because that's all been cleaned. Start that up. There. Perfect and neat. So that I'm going to pop in the lamp for 2 minutes now because I'm really happy with that. And then I will get on with the peach on top. Okay, so that's now been cured for 2 minutes. I had to do it an extra 2 afterwards because I added a little bit more onto the middle, the free edge, due to I could still see a little bit of my natural nail because I'd done it very thin. So I did another 2 minutes, so that's all fully set now. So now I'm just going to go in and do this canny pink. It is called thin pink. I still think it looks a little bit more nude in colour more than anything, but that's the colour they've made it. So it is 302, I think. Yeah, 302 thin pink. So I'm just going to go in and grab my bead for this nail, which is going to be a little bit bigger because it's a bigger nail that I'm doing. A nice big bead if I can. And place that. I found doing these to place it is better if you can place it right at the cuticle. As close as you can go without it being in the way. I'm just going to put my thing on here so I can rest it so you guys can see better and I'm not wobbling around trying to hold my hand up in the air. So it still hasn't dripped. This is a beautiful product to use. I really do recommend it, especially if it's going to be your first gel. It's just a really lovely viscosity. It's not thick, it's not thin, and the bead just sits there happily waiting for me to tell him where to go, of which I now am going to go and do. So between that and acrylics, which is what I normally do with acrylics, this is absolutely fantastic because it does just sit there, and then if you make a mistake you can just come back in and do it again. I've pushed that as close as I can to cuticles without touching it. A tiny little bit, it's just gone on the very back edge there, but I can remove that in a minute with my little dotting tools. I've found is quite a brilliant little tool, an extra tool. Now, as I said, this is a faded. I don't like to see much of the white when I do faded, so I'm just wiggling this and moving it where I want it, making sure that it gets in all of the nail plate and down the side walls. And then I'm going to gently bring it all down the front. Put in a very thin coat so you can still see the white. It's very, very easy to manoeuvre and move around. It's brilliant at self-leveling, fantastic self-leveling. And if you have too much on there, you just brush it down. Make sure your edges are still happy as you want them. I want a little bit more white to come through from there, so I'm just going to take a little bit more of this off here. Not much, just enough that I can see a bit more of the white there with this. So this is my first time of using this gel, so I'm just learning the amounts that you need. That's why I'm showing you as well, because it would be nice if anyone else has got any tips on how I could do it better, or how they have found it, because everybody finds different methods of how they do their nails, different techniques, and I'm, you know, in for anybody's comments or ideas or methods. Okay, so I'm just going to try and blend this in a little bit more now along here. Nice. So it's not just sitting on the tip there. Make sure it's not there. Come around the edge. I'm checking my sides all the time. Now, I said I was going to come over with my brushing tool because I've got a little bit of gel just there where it shouldn't be. So I don't want that there. So I'm just going to gently go around and make that perfect. Put in my acetone and wipe that off. Hi, I have now finished all of my nails. I have buffed them, shaped them, filed them. I wasn't quite happy with the fade that I had done on my wedding finger, so I decided to cover it with the shellac here. I absolutely love shellac as well, it's a lovely one. This is called Nude Knickers, but it's a very lovely colour once it's on, as you can see from those there. So all I need to do is now use my buffing block and just make sure that these are all really, really smooth so that they are smart, shiny, lovely nails ready to have a top coat all put on them. So just buff them really nicely. I have done a little bit of it before I came back on the video, finishing the nails, and then buff this one as well. Buffing's a little difficult to show, isn't it, always, because you've got the buffing block in the way of the nail, so it's a bit difficult when that happens. But I'll show you they're really nice and smooth now, looking really nice and pretty. A lovely almond shape that I've used there. I'm going to get my little brush away all my dust. I don't want any of that showing. I don't want any dust to get in the way when I put all the top coat on them. So that's all done. I'm now going to put top coat on them all and then put them in the lamp for 2 minutes. Again, same as the beginning, you apply with a very thin layer and don't touch the cuticles or any skin. And the smoother and the slower you go, you won't get any bubbles either. Okay, that's that on. And then we'll do this bigger one here. I think I'm going to get my little bottle that I can rest my hand on so that it's not bobbing around for you all. That's much nicer, and then I don't have to have them floating around, so then you can see it better. Hopefully sit there, then you can see. Let's put top coat on my index. Go nice and carefully, thin layers. Gel likes to be thin. Works really well when it's thin. Covers beautifully, as I say, because this is the Canni top coat that comes with all of the gels. The brush is nice, so also if you have a really nice brush in your bottle of gel, it's always lovely to use. If you have a really crappy brush, then it's quite hard to use. good amount when you do your thumb. It's obviously a much bigger surface, but still thin. Slow and thin. Add a little bit more in the middle there. I think it needs it. You'll always work out what you feel best yourself, and make sure you cap all of the edges of your nails. That will secure the gel in for a lot longer, makes it secure for the full 14 days. So they're all gelled now. I'm going to pop them in the lamp for 2 minutes and I'll be back. Right, okay, I'm now finished. It's all been done in the lamp for 2 minutes. Oh, it's just so shiny, I love it. So now you have to take off your tacky layer, your inhibition layer, with a nail surface cleanser. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Make sure you soak the pad quite nicely because it's going over all 5 nails. So then once you do it and you get it on, and you just really scrub it really well, so it's over all the nails. And I do underneath as well, because you do cap the edges, so you go underneath. I found when I was doing it with the candy gels, doing all of them, I took the forms off halfway through when I'd set the shape, and then I took them and put them in the lamp underneath, so it nuked the underneath part as well. And I just find, I think, gives it a little bit more security for the nail to stay in place. So they are all really nicely done and done with the cleanser and all shiny now. They look beautiful almond shape. I'm going to do some pictures and try and get them on afterwards. I'm going to finish it with some cuticle oil. Again, I always tend to use C&D, as I remember showing you before in my first video, but I use C&D quite a lot. So this is the really lovely almond oil. It smells so nice, I want to eat my fingers afterwards. So just pop it on your cuticles and then we'll massage it in. It soaks into your natural nail plate, which allows your natural nail plate to breathe and grow, and it gives it the nutrients that it doesn't have because it's covered normally. So once that's all in, just massage them all. And then your nails are done. And I have to say, this is, like I said, my first time of doing a gel extension in many years since I was trained. And this is a beautiful colour. Beautiful white, lovely nude, I say, colour. It all went on beautifully. The viscosity of all of the gel in the bottles are lovely, and the colours are really nice. I have to say, it's a 10 out of 10. I hope you like my nails, and I hope my video has been better than my first one. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.